Buying Christmas gifts is a major, major challenge and a very difficult task. I do not enjoy shopping. It's not my thing. Now that my children and my grandchildren are older, giving them gifts is very easy. I give them cash. Cash is never rejected. Cash never has to be returned. Cash is never not wanted. When I'm a full-time pastor, excuse me, I gave what is called children's sermon. It really wasn't a sermon, just a brief object lesson. I would invite the kids to join me in the chancel area, and we would sit on the chancel steps and we would talk. I would usually have an object, some kind of thing to focus on. When it came time for Christmas, one Christmas Eve, for the very early service, the church was packed with parents, aunts and uncles, and grandparents. I'd asked my wife to wrap a big box in beautiful Christmas paper. There was nothing inside. The box was empty. The point I had hoped to make with the children was that sometimes we celebrate Christmas and that we feel empty inside. We have all these things, but we have not celebrated Jesus himself. And I wanted to teach the children a lesson. Not to lose sight of God in the midst of all the presents and all the packages and all the special events of Christmas. That was my plan. Well, plans don't always work out the way we want them to. The children were already super wound up, excited, hyped about Christmas. They came running up for the children's time. Every child was focused on that pretty Christmas box, wrapped in shiny red paper, a gorgeous bow on its top. I talked about giving and receiving gifts. But to make sure, for us to always remember that at Christmas we celebrate God's greatest gift of all, his Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. I told the children, please don't have an empty Christmas, a Christmas without Jesus. Then I asked the children to unwrap that big present. 15 or 20 children went absolutely crazy. They were hyped. They literally attacked that big present. Paper went flying everywhere. The bow was thrown out onto the chancel floor. Then the box was opened. It was empty. Nothing inside. The children were shocked, very disappointed, and also very vocal. I completely lost the teaching moment. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I completely lost that moment. The children did not understand what I was trying to say. They did not understand what I was doing. So I admitted defeat. I admitted my failure. The mothers, the fathers, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles present in that church that afternoon laughed and laughed. But the message is still important, folks. Be careful. Don't celebrate an empty Christmas, a Christmas without Jesus. From time to time, we hear someone say, wouldn't it be great if it could be Christmas all year long? Surprise! That was God's intent. That was God's plan. That's why God invaded our planet. That's why God came to earth and gave us a special gift of his only Son, Jesus. There's only one thing that stands in the way of celebrating Christmas all year long. One thing stands in the way of celebrating Christmas all year long. That one thing? You and me. So please, have a wondrous, Christ-filled Christmas.